The matching plans must be such that we will not less than the total amount of the cess collected in each district. The state library service should be created in each state, and if entire expenditure like that state services borne by the state government. The government has a duty to create an equalization fund on it without demanding any contribution to the from so-called affected district. అంటే స్టేట్ గవర్నమెంట్ ఏ రకంగా మ్యాచింగ్ గ్రౌండ్స్ ఏ రకంగా ఫండ్ పెడుతుందో అదే ఫండ్ పెట్టి సెంట్రల్ గవర్నమెంట్ మ్యాచింగ్ గ్రౌండ్ ఇస్తుంది. This matching grant to be maintained to required standard library provisions to encourage development of libraries, to give state library authority a proper shape to guidelines and control of the library policy. These are the government grants. Next one, tips. Number one is what is I call it? Subscription. Number two is endowments. Number three is library cess. Number four is library taxes. Number fifth is library grant, government grants. Number six is gifted. Generally people, charitable and any was donated in the libraries. This amount also one of the important source of library incomes. Under the patron program, one who paid 10,000 or 1,000 enrolled the patron, acquiring fee seats for the construction of own building and offer library adoption by the bank, business houses and suitable development. Two, solid books and managing donation to equal equipment in the library. Every person who can adapt or who can give or can develop, he is under his name, he can fix. That is also one of the library resource. Finance resource. Number seven is fines or fees. Any who users will come with membership, also one of the fee. And any members are given 10 days. Any documents taken in 1 week or 1 week or 1 month. After they can overdue, they can give charges. That is also one of the library finance. The receipt from the source will be every manager. It will not make any impact on the development of libraries. Moreover, it often becomes different to estimate of revenue from this source, and hence it cannot be considered as a proper source of revenue. To enforce discipline or regularly among the borrowers and to make them to return the books on due date, fine and fee are being imposed. This fetching small revenues. These also revenues coming the library. And eighth one is miscellaneous sources. Some bit library makes some revenue by the sale of categories and the providing reprography, any photography service, and any board papers by selling. These are the miscellaneous sources. These are also revenue from the public library. I told the finance sources. One is subscription, second one is endowments, third one is library rates, fourth one library taxes, fifth one government grants, sixth one gifts, seventh one fees or fines, eighth one miscellaneous source. These are the library sources. And next one, very important too, method for financial estimate. This also very important in the topic. Before that, what is the meaning of budget? In our license, some authors is given their own definition. Example, Judge R. Craig, he told his views. A budget is a estimate of future needs arranged according to at an ordinary basis covering some or all activities of any enterprises for the defined period of time. These definitions are given Judge or trade. And another one is given humans. Humans, view of humans, the budget is an moral blueprint of comprehensive plan of the operation and action expressly finance term. These are given humans. And the method of financial estimate. What is the method? How to estimate? These are in our library base is given six library methods is there. One is per capita method. Second one is professional method. Third one is method of details. Fourth one is cost of addition method. Fifth one is program budgeting method. Sixth one is zero-based method. These are the methods. What is the per capita method? What is the use in library in per capita method? In this method, a minimum amount per head of the population is fixed, keeping in view the requirement for standard library services. It has been the participating in the several countries and to measure the taxable capacity of the population by taking into consideration an assumed value of the property. The per capita estimate can be based either on the number of literature persons or adults. There are a different variation with regard to the basic of taxation. Taxation literature of the adult, but logically the per capita income would include all living persons, whether they are children, adult, aged, or otherwise. Therefore, the safest method is not calculated library finance for the head of population. This per capita can also cancel and regional basic of according to or the financial sales of the local, state, and central government may be to the ratio of state local government 50%, state government 37%, central government is 30%. This is the 30%, 50, 31, 30%, taking into account of their finance capacity and they give usually in this method. And next one is professional method. In this method, the norm is laid down this of total budget is purposes of the acceptance of responsibility by providing library finance by authorities in various levels. The basic may be the total budget or education budget in authority. In view of Dr. Ramanathan, the educational expenditure of the country is taken to the capital percent in the certain of the edifying the literacy and the self-educating capacity of the nation. And the library expenditure is looked upon as the sum required to keep them in good repair. The library system also added into the getting put and the further part so that state can help in the increase of the education of the country. These are the professional method, and another is method of details. In the method of details, all items of expenditure are counted for at the time of preparing financial estimate of library. Next one is cost of addition method. As for the method, based on the cost document added per year, the total expenditure for the year is estimated. This method helps to determine of total number of the document to be added and its probable cost, which is expanded into added entry for 5 years period. These are the cost of addition method. And next one is program based budget. It is also somehow synchronous budget. It is a budgeting techniques for arriving at the library priorities. It is basically a means for providing systematic method for allocating the resource of the library in a way of most effective to meet its goals. Each budget is estimated program budget from the part of planning program budget, one of the part of the planning program budget, PPPF, which is in its turn the techniques for the organizing and deciding information about the organization and displaying the information about the organization and its allocation to resource. According to Edwards, PPPS library involves major often concepts. These concepts are one is developing an analytical ability for examining in depth both agency objectives and the program designed to meet them. Second one is forming a 5 years program process plan combined with the sophisticated management information system. In the PPPS, another concept is creating a budgeting mechanism that can be take broad program decisions and translate them into refined budgetary decision and present to result of our action. Program budget is based on functions, activity, and project. It is financial plan preferred, analyzed, and interpreted in terms of the service and activities. These are the emphasis of process purpose of achievement the planning program budget. These are the program budget. Next one is zero-based budget. The zero-based budget during the mid and late of 1970, the concept of zero-based budget was set forth as a new approach to control operational activities and their related financial expenditure. This concept was expanded by the Peter Ferry. It is a method of budgeting plan. It required that the cost of program, both current and new, be justified at the beginning of each budget cycle. In the Peter Ferry said, PPPS is an operating plan budgeting process which requires each manager to justify his entire budget required in detail from such and shift the burden of proof to each manager to justify they have should spend money at all. These are the zero-based budget. The zero-based budget is mainly become a ultimate tool to current managerial style management by the capability. It is not a subsequence and generally the administrative expenditure plan. To be recommend how much money should be spent to evaluate and possibly change operate to the pro and effective in the session. The participate and more meaningful way of the program plan and budgeting therapy include our management development, better the communication and decision making of the problems. Some of the problems in the implementation of the zero-based budget. Some problem is there. What is the problems? Number one is failure of properly supervise the implementation. Number two is lack of well-defined feedback of procedure. Number three is lack of adequate revision process and fund necessary at all latter date. Number four is lack of performance in work load measurement. These are the some problems. This is the zero-based budgeting method. Is the what is the methods of finance estimation? Number one is per capita method. Number two is proportion method. Number four is method of details. Number four, cost of addition. Number fifth is program-based budget. So these budget also one of the planned program budget PPBS. And number six is zero-based budget. These are the methods. And next one on next going to standard for the public library finance. What is the standard? The finance structures of the public library of a nation must rest on his sound foundation of responsible local library heads, states, grants, aided, and central aid, general appropriation of 60, 20, 15% respectively. The local budget is very 60%, and state government 20%, and 15% is central government. This pattern of allocation is being adopted by several countries in the West. However, as per India, concern is very depending upon local finance and library unit and their size. This is the Robert Committee report recommended that 2 per head of population, 2 paise per head of population as the minimum annual expenditure on purchase of the books, which will be graduate in satisfactory services. The advisory committee for library in India recommended 0.3 paise per head of population as the minimum annual expenditure for library services, including per capita expenditure. According to Dr. Ranganathan, for the public library in India, 50% should be allocated for the staff salaries and another 50% on book and periodical building and another expenses. Dr. Ranganathan says is the 50% is library staff, another 50% the utilization of library. In England, ratio of expenditure of public library is there is a difference from the India because they have their own procedure. Their example, the UK is books and periodical and building is 28% per expenditure per year, total library budget is, and 45% salary. And another 70% maintenance charges. These are the UK library they maintain. And in view of recommendation of various projects committee and the actual expenditure, uh, the mental suggestion, metal has suggested the location budget is public library. Given the, some of the suggestions is there. One of these library salaries and wages is 50%. Another is 30% is book allocated to book and periodical and newspapers is allocated to 5%. Binding and another is taken the 5%. And lighting and another rent or lighting the 5%. Rent or loan or insurance at 2%. Library salary and another miscellaneous is 13%. These are the Mitchell given the suggestion of public library how to standard for public library. These are given. And another is library pension. Library pension means how many members is working in library, which status there. This is the how there. It is the library personnel who are the responsible for the promotion in use of books and other materials that make or more the success of the library in attempting in fulfill its objectives. Therefore, the personnel in public library shall be socially, intellectual, alert and emotional will be establishment and developed in the good of communication. The nature personnel required for the public library there. Number one is library professionals, semi-professional, supporting staffs. In the size of staff for given library or library system must be based upon program of service adapted by the library. The size of population being served and the quantum of services, the financial support, working hours, and another such factor. Our public library, Dr. S.R. Ranganathan suggested, given some of the suggested Ranganathan is given. One is book selection. One person per every 6,000 value added in year. అంటే ఎవ్రీ 1 year లో ఒక పర్సన్ 6,000 వాల్యూని యాడ్ చేయగలుగుతాడు దానికి ఒక పర్సన్ కావాలని. నెంబర్ 2 periodical and publication section. 1% per 1,000 periodical recently taken. 1%, 1% is this. Maybe must allocate to 1,000 periodicals. And classification catalog section. 1% every 2,000 volume added in a year. That allocated to 1%. And maintenance section. 1% for every 2,000 volume added in year and 1% for every 5,000 volume in the library. And publicity section, minimum one artist. And another one, administrative section, minimum one library accountant, one stenographer, one correspondent clerk. And another is reference section. Reference 1% for every 50 readers using library in each day of the year. And supplementary section 1% for every 1,500 hours for each week gate of the library hours to be fixed them in a year. And supervisor section, one librarian and one deputy librarian. These are the view of Ranganathan. How many members there? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, any library. He's given 13 numbers in working in a library. One of the book section, diary section, classification and cataloging, maintenance, publicity, and administration section, reference section, circulation section, and the supervisory section. These are the Ranganathan given minimum 30% is a one library. They have to maintain the library and the library run very successfully. This view of the Ranganathan and the use of the public library personnel. These are the today I will hold the library finance resources. Finance resources mean what is the how many resources there? 8 resources is there. And second one is there. Library budget methods. Budget methods is 6 methods is there. I will told that 6 methods also I will explain. Fourth one is library standard and library public finance. How much of state government's expenditure and central government expenditure and local expenditure. These are the standard. And fifth one is library human resources. Is any one library maintained by minimum 15 members in the library? That library also very useful and running successful. These are the today our lesson in public library finance and persons. These are today class our library and the principles and finance research meaning of budgets and budget methods, particular method, profession method, and method of details, cost of budgets, and program based budget and zero based budget. This is the methods of the finance estimator. Anybody, any doubt is please raise up your hand and I will clarify into the process. Please, any doubts to the class? Please raise the hand. Main In this unit, number one is what is the finance resource? 100% is mean the source of the library is subscriptions and maintenance and library access, library tax, government grant, tips, finance and miscellaneous. This is the number one finance sources. And what is the method, budget method? The charge pay, what is told about budget meaning. A budget is an estimate of future needs arranged according to the all or basic covering some of the activities of an enterprise. And another is also in use is budget is an overall blueprint or comprehensive plan of the operation and action expenditure of an aspire. This is the methods of the budget shall be a method of finance estimated in five shifting the per capita method, professional method, and uh, method of details, cost of addition method, program based method, and zero based method. These are the and so I will leave this class. Thank you very much.